All right, get some air. We'll work on the cut. You got to throw more punches. Throw your right hand more. More your right hand. You make a miss, but you got to connect.
All right?
Yeah. Agua.
Vaselina.
Let's get busy, all right, Brian?
Seconds out. Diaz.
Rounds 11 and 12 coming up. Brian Viloria trying to take back from Omar Nino a title belt in the 108-pound weight class, which he lost to him on August 10. Power shots in the 10th round. Viloria 13 out of 37. That's his high number for the fight. Nino 7 out of 33. So a confident Viloria fought better in the 10th than did his opponent. And I mentioned before that I thought Nino might need to win the last 3 rounds to give himself a chance in the fight. Incidentally, I mentioned that he's bleeding from a cut behind his hairline, and we were told between rounds by the Nevada State Athletic Commission that that cut was caused by an accidental head blow.
To any chance of winning this fight, I think on Nino's part is going to have to be by knockout. The decision is definitely out of the question, especially with those 2 knockdowns scored against him, plus losing the majority of the rounds on top of that.
Well, if he got one of the early rounds and he sweeps these last couple of rounds, could be very close.
Based on what I've saw in decisions, Larry, I cannot argue with you.
But, I mean, the critical point, which you've made twice, Manny, is that Viloria has insurance. He has the 2 knockdown points.
But that's what I like about Travis. You know, and it's hard to see them overcoming those things.
One of the knockdowns was kind of a scrape knockdown. Half off balance was Nino when Viloria managed to put him down with a right hand that really was a glancing blow. The second knockdown was a good, solid right hand inside.
There was a little question about the action knockdown, but the one before that was the better punch. I thought the last one was more.
Right, the right hand that set up the right hand.
Yeah, set it up.
Shot. Yeah.
But nevertheless, they were knockdowns because anything that, whether the punch lands on any part of the body, counts as a knockdown.
Good quick left hook inside by Viloria as Nino was throwing to the right side, or left side of Viloria's body, I should say.
Yeah, that's, you see this speedier and shorter active punches coming from Brian when you're getting close.
And Nino, who needs to do a lot now, isn't doing enough because he's reticent to throw at times. Viloria has made his point with powerful counter shots. Right hand body shot for Nino.
Now he's going to probably go to the head probably the next time.
But he's landed his straight right hand flush in full arc a couple of times.
That's the right hand to the head.
Just like that.
That's what
and
he's
Viloria has taken the punch well.
Yeah, he throws the body punches on purpose just to set up for the come up with a big right hand to the head after that.
Time.
1 round to go.
Brian, this is the round of your life, son. You either got to win this round or we fucking might as well go home right now, son.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah. Ryan, win it. It's in your hands, baby. I'm telling you now. This is the round. Take it home now, baby.
Okay,
You got it.
last round, we touch him up, all right?
Close your eye, Brian. Close your eye. Son, give it all you got. There's no tomorrow, Brian. We got to win this round.
Last round, this is it, the 12. We need this round. You got to win it. Because of the 2 knockdowns, you're behind. You won the last round. Yeah, we got to get this round now.
We got to win this round, baby.
Both corners showing a sense of urgency.
In the scoring, what the Viloria needs is 6 rounds to win the fight. What Nino needs to get a draw because of the 2 knockdowns is 7 rounds.
If I was in Nino's corner, I would never even be mentioning anything about a round. I would be going for the knockout. I mean, I wouldn't even mention trying to win a round. That's out of the question now.
I agree with you. Realistically, he's got to try for a knockout.
He's got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Every punch should be with knockout.
I was impressed with the urgency of Valoria's manager, Gary Gittleson, who took the unusual step of going up the steps into the corner. Come on, Brian, this is the round of your life. Obviously, Gittleson feels that Valoria's big-time career is on the table here in this fight.
Which I cannot figure that out. But anyway.
Well, for Ramiro, the stakes are whether he's going to have to fix the 20-year-old car or get a new one.
Yeah. Winning the last round is always good, Ted. It's good insurance policy.
You got to like the stomach that Nino is showing and going in here and trying to land something big in the first minute of the 12th. Valoria is just waiting for Nino to make a mistake that he can counter.
He seems reluctant, despite all the urging from his corner, to seize this, to seize the title.
When he crowds him and punches with short, right there, that's when he's the most effective. That's why he should go in and force those exchanges, because his punches will always be a split second faster.
So far, if anything, Nino's been busier in the round, but Valoria has landed a couple of good, clean counter shots when Nino has rushed him.
Brian can afford to have these type of rounds right now because he's got to fight one as far as I can see.
That may be what he's thinking, even despite the fact that his corner was urging him to go fight the round of his life.
You know, he's not supposed to think. He's supposed to fight.
It's fascinating. Despite the hype about his punching power, and certainly it's there when he gets a chance to land solidly, Valoria reminds me a little bit of Rocky Juarez. He's more passive than his gifts ought to allow him to be.
Yes, you know, Rocky was the same way, and that's what really cost him dearly in the rematch with Barrera.
He just doesn't seem willing to sell out and show the intensity and the commitment that his corner asked him for. Nevertheless, the fighter believes he's won the fight. He's within his rights in doing what he thinks is the right thing. He's on the canvas. He's in the ring. Well, Brian Valoria may well have taken a title belt back on what was probably not his best night.
Well, you still should try to close big in the last round. I thought Lennox Lewis had won his fight very easily with Evander Holyfield, but I asked for a big 12th round. He looked at me like I was crazy, but he gave it to me and found out if he hadn't won the 12th round big, he wouldn't have even got a draw.
Amazing.
So that's why it's always good to close the show.
So both fighters have been lifted, and now both fighters will celebrate. Harold Lederman, as you see, wound up with Valoria winning 115-111, and Harold gave the 12th round to Valoria. And we'll take a look at the judges who will be scoring the bout. Pretty familiar group. Carol Castellano, you've seen her in Las Vegas before. Scored Morales Barrera 1 and scored that fight 115-113 for Morales, who was the winner of Barrera. Morales 1. A lot of ringside observers thought the decision could have gone the other way. Samuel Conde of Puerto Rico, 66 title fights. He was the one who had Antonio Margarito ahead of Daniel Santos when a 10th round stoppage occurred, and Santos, there was a headbutt in the fight, got a technical win over Margarito, the only blemish on Margarito's record in recent years. Dave Moretti, 89 title fights. He was one of the 6 different Vegas judges who were involved in Taylor Hopkins, and like 5 in total for the others. Moretti scored Taylor the winner over Hopkins 115-113. Michael Buffer stands by with the official numbers on who has won this fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of Win Las Vegas, we go to the scorecards. Dave Moretti scores about 115-112 for Nino. Carol Castellano and Samuel Conde both score it 113-113. The scoring comes out to a majority draw. The champion retains his title.
Brian Viloria knocked Omar Nino down twice,
but he didn't win more than half of the rounds. He won 7 rounds on those 2. He won 5 rounds. So the 2 extra points he gets for the knockdowns result in a draw.